This morning I'm going to talk about the Oracle with a help of a PowerPoint here, and obviously usual sort of questions and answers out afterwards. So the best place to start, I think, is why the Oracle was launched and when. So if you know the first slide there, Sam. The Oracle was launched in 2005 and was the brainchild of Emma Wynne Morgan, whose professional background includes working as a media planner buyer for two of London's largest advertising agencies and handling some very large national accounts like the Halifax, Toyota, Daily Express. Having left the buzz of the West End, if you like, for family life in Southend, Emma noticed a gap in the market for a local quality advertising publication for local businesses to reach a very desirable local market, i.e. Leigh, Chalkwell, Thorpe Bay, Garrison, and more recently conservation areas in Southend. The average disposable income in these areas is well above average, both nationally and within the Southend borough. Now the magazines themselves, there are two monthly publications, as you probably know by now. There's the Thorpe Bay Oracle covering Thorpe Bay and the Garrison with a total distribution of 5,100, and the renamed On-Sea covering parts of Chalkwell, Leigh, and from September this year the two conservation areas in Southend. That total distribution is now 6,700. This offers a total readership of nearly 30,000. We worked that out, the fact that there's sort of 2.5 people possibly going to read it within each household. Anyway, on to the quality of the magazines. Bearing in mind the specific target market I've just spoken about, it was very important to make sure the magazines were top quality, printed to a very high standard, using a heavier weight paper for the outside covers, which Trevor will probably know about this, glossy throughout and all the artwork professionally finished. The idea being to attract immediate attention once the magazine has been delivered to ensure the householder picks it up and keeps it. Many businesses use single leaflet distribution or free newspapers, which are both expensive and have questionable shelf life. The Oracle, because of its quality, is kept on the coffee table, beside the phone or in the downstairs loo, and it's used from 1 month to the next as a reference, giving its advertisers maximum exposure and great value for money. Now moving on to the great value, Oracle has not increased its rates now for 5 years, and very conscious of the fact that the effect that the recession had on a lot of local businesses, but still meeting they still needed an effective vehicle for local advertising. Despite the increased coverage of Oracle On-Sea to a further 1,200 households, we have kept our rates the same. Excuse me for using this example, because I think I used it last week in my 60 seconds, but a 6-month full-page colour package in the Oracle costs less than a full page in the Evening Echo for one single day. All our rates and information are contained on our media pack, which can be found on our website, or alternatively sent in PD format for downloading. Right, truly local. There is strong evidence that truly local businesses are preferred by the majority of the population. I, for one, would always try and support local businesses if I possibly could, especially with people you get to know through professional networking like BNI. It's effective. What I mean by that is there are only a few shops and services within Thorpe Bay itself, giving retailers and service providers from surrounding areas the opportunity to build a significant market share in this area. In Leigh, Chalkwell and the Southend conservation areas, residents vary considerably. Oracle concentrates specifically on the ABC1's market sector. If you don't know who these are the sort of highly qualified professionals, senior execs, business owners, often in their 40s and 50s, and this type forms about 2% of the total UK population. Right, advertising opportunities. We offer quarter or half or full page adverts with either 1, 3 or 6 1-year packages, 6 months packages, with varying discounts depending on the package. And you can see an example there of Mr Hughes' colour advert up there on the screen. We also do advertorials. Advertorials. Each month advertisers can be featured in their own double page advertorial spread, which which is designed in-house to ensure that it looks part of the magazine. This gives depth of coverage and a further insight to the reader about your business. A great way to launch any advertising campaign, and you can see there's an example of Karen's Therapy Life Centre advertorial up there. Picture of Karen herself in there too. Editorials. Editorials. We also offer editorials, and these are published at the discretion of the publisher. By that I mean they need to be interesting to the reader. Take our own very interesting Ray Snow, for example. His editorial is featured in the next 3 months, giving you useful tips about your computer. An editorial differs to an advertorial in that it only allows you to speak about the particular subject your business is associated with. It's not promoting your own business. In other words, but you write and sponsor the editorial, and your name and company logo, contact details, as you can see there, features at the end of the article, maximising on the opportunity of a possible sale. Right, regular features, I've mentioned these several times, but in order to keep the magazine fresh, there are a number of articles which are regularly changed, covering a wide range of topics, including the very popular free local issues. There's a recipe page, a competition, Sudoku, a useful local numbers page, and local diary dates. And at this point, if any of you are interested in writing an article about the Oracle, please let me know and it will be considered. Now, distribution, very important distribution for our business. The Oracle magazines are distributed monthly over the first weekend of every month. The distribution of both magazines is taken very seriously. An outside distribution company is not used. We employ people directly, and the delivery is closely monitored to make sure the magazines are delivered correctly and on time. And I've been known to do it myself as well. Reliable regularity, being delivered to the same households month after month, is one of the reasons the Oracle is an effective tool for local advertising. Right, moving on to our clients, getting towards the end now. Since the launch of Oracle 8 years ago, we've dealt with over 1,200 different clients, from one-man bands to the larger businesses like Fairfield, Mini and Wellesley. Many of these clients are still advertising with us today, which is something I know Emma is very proud of, especially in this industry. Whilst we do not offer exclusivity, we do our best to make sure we have a variety of services and businesses to ensure the magazine's useful to the reader. All are carefully indexed in the back of the magazine for easy access, and we average about 70 or 80 different businesses and services each month. The Oracle prides itself on good customer service and professionalism in our particular line of work. As a result, we have built long-lasting working relationships with many of our clients. If I've got time, I've got a couple of minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, I'd just like to read a couple of testimonials if I may. Here's one. You are welcome to quote Mr. P. Jennings MD, the upholstery workshop, as saying that after advertising with Thought by Oracle, I can report that we had more positive sale leads in the last months than 10 years worth of lead times in Southend Times newspapers. One from an Oracle reader. This is a very professional free publication delivered punctually through the letterbox on the first of each month. It gives excellent information through advertisements of what is available in our area, together with articles on a wide spectrum of subjects. Now finally, before I finish, an advert doesn't just sell your business. It creates awareness and helps potential customers remember you in the future if your services are not required now. One-off adverts do not have the maximum desired effect that a longer monthly package in Oracle's case has. When your advert is seen regularly, more often than not sticks in the mind, and potential customers are more likely to contact you. This regularity has to be consistent to be effective, and as explained previously, this is why with target market, reliable distribution is extremely important. And that's me, Clive Rowe. Thank you very much.
Have you got any questions for Clive, please?
Clive, really good 10 minutes. What's the rough sort of approximate cost? Say, like what Ray did or something
Yeah,
like that?
I did. The costs, I mean, you can, if anything, we do mono and colour. It varies from anything from a small quarter-page ad for 1 month for 27 quid, right up to a full-page colour advert for 12 months, which is about £1,400, which works out about £119 per insertion. Something like an editorial. If you just sponsor it, you write it yourself. An editorial you can sponsor for 40 quid. That's about it. So it's, as I say, all the the rates there on the media pack. We don't hide it at all. And we very much operate by the rate card. We're not into, you know.
Negotiate.
Well, I say that, but very little. Sam.
So if you go for, say, a 6-month ad, can you change the artwork for the ad each month, or has it got to be the same?
Yeah, we can. We can artwork. We do our own artwork. If you haven't got your own artwork, we've got full-time artwork designers, but you can, you know, if it's just a change of telephone or whatever, we won't charge for that.
But for example, if you wanted to do a 6-month package, but you kind of wanted to do a series of adverts that was still your, could you do that? Or
yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that, and you can alternate between magazines. Although I would recommend that if you had a say 3-month ad, there's no point in doing it or a 6-month doing it.
Yeah.
It's good consistency, as I said before, to make sure that people see it on a consistent, regular basis.
Yeah. So does it go in both magazines? The advert.
The advert can go in either magazines, and the cost is per magazine because it's 2 lots of print. So it's per magazine.
Mine's just really a testimonial because the only advertising that I've done since taking on the business was to do the Thorpe Bay. We do the Lee, which we're well known in Lee, but I took a chance and did the Thorpe Bay area, and I've watched our inquiries and sales go in Thorpe Bay quite well actually, and that is the only place in that area that we advertise. So I'm really pleased with the response that I've had from it.
Well, good. Thank you very much for the round of applause for our great segment.